Yeah.
Okay, let's turn it up a
honestly.
notch, dude. Let's talk about you being gay.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast. Rated R.
Guess like we're avoiding the shark.
I'll give you a kiss. You give me your number.
That checked out a ton, dude. Tell me you felt.
We're Americans. We're the ones that are descendants from the 1776 musket-bearing motherfuckers.
Welcome back to the Spencer Whiteout podcast. This is episode number 17. In this episode, we tell stories of the blanket and the burrs, Humpin Freddy, and a pantsing intruder.
Disclaimer. You've been disclaimed.
All mentions of Luke in this episode are Luke Jordan, not Luke Reed, the son of Wolfpack legend Pistol Reed. And with that, let's dive in. No, what? What is that?
No,
What is that
I
story?
think it's me and you.
No, that wasn't. That was a different story. But I'm not
Don't
telling
lie.
that one.
No, I'm not talking about that.
What
That one
one
is
are you
weird.
talking
I'm
about?
talking about, okay, we're going to... Yeah.
I know what one you're
And I guess
talking
we'll
about.
call him Devin to protect the names of the innocent.
Wow, that's...
Real
Yeah.
original.
People are going to have a real hard time figuring out who that is.
I mean, Devin's
No.
already out there now, so.
All right, so let's go for it.
Yeah.
So what happened, Dominic?
Anyways,
this story's
this
pretty
is,
messed up.
Yeah, this is just like high school drama, I guess. You know, where you go out, you do the senior sunrise at the beginning of the year, and then your senior sunset to like, I don't know, you're finishing your senior year, some crap like that. We're all hanging out at this guy named Devin's house, and we're like getting blankets and chairs to like go watch the sunset with like the rest of our class. I was like asking like, what blankets can I bring? Like, it's like out in the field, so there's like all like the
Thistles.
yeah,
Burrs
the
and
thistles
stuff.
and burrs and like those.
Stickers.
Yeah. So anyways, he's like, yeah, go ahead, bring that one. I was like, okay, cool, I'll bring this one. He said it's fine. So like we go, we have a great senior sunset.
That one was really good.
Yeah, that
Senior
was cool.
sunrise sucked because
Was that the
remember
beginning
we were
of the
late.
year?
We missed the
we
sunrise.
missed the whole
dude.
thing. We were
missed
walking
it.
around.
That was that,
Remember-
that girl's house, right?
was
Yeah,
at
and she
Katie's
didn't
house.
even know where to lead us.
Yeah.
And then it ended up like turning into some like worship prayer session.
Yeah.
Like it always did.
Like I bring this blanket, it's fine. It has like some burrs, and I'm like, okay, well he said it's fine. Like it must not mean that much. We get back to his house.
It was like their wedding quilt
give
or
it back.
something.
Yeah, and then like his mom texted me and was like,
Why did you guys take that blanket? I told you not to take that blanket.
I don't know if it was like her baby blanket or her grandma's baby
Oh,
blanket
really?
that she passed on to her, that passed on to her son, all that.
Gosh.
And then so I spent, I don't know, probably 3-4 hours picking every single
Yeah, they
little
made
thing.
you come back.
Yeah, I
The
had to go
drive
back to their
of
house,
shame.
get the blanket, and then I drove back to my house and I picked out everything. Literally took me hours to pick every single little thing out of it. And I'm pretty sure when I brought it back, they still weren't happy. Like they said there's still stuff on it. And it's like we had a falling out. Me and that friend had a falling out
It was
that year
because
too.
of that blanket, dude.
No. That was the climax of it. That was like, yeah.
The blanket.
It was
That was the
mostly because of
ender?
a girl.
Oh,
I think.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, girls.
Ex-girl. Now.
Do this to me! You said you
All right, this one's
loved me!
called...
Electrical orbit.
So this is also probably back in 6th grade with Dominic
Yeah,
and
this
I.
is when we skated like everywhere.
Yeah, we were like dropped off by my mom, and she was in Ross shopping, and then we were
Yeah.
we were skating out behind Ross, and then we see a police officer, you know, way down on the road coming towards us, and then we go, okay, we gotta hide, and so we hide behind this electricity box, you know, those green ones.
And it was like a big one, so like we could stand behind it, like
Yeah.
you can't see around it.
So we're like hiding behind this electricity box, and the cop is driving up towards us, and then we start inching our way around the box, and then he's driving around and he starts turning and like circling around the box, and while he's circling around, we're on the other side of it circling around. So and we go around probably 2 whole circles,
Yeah.
2 whole orbits, dude. It's like this eclipse action going on.
Playing hide and go seek.
Yeah, and he's driving around like, I know these kids are back there. I know they're back there. And finally, we got tired of running, and we just kind of stopped. And then he pulls around, and he takes one look at us, and we're like these 2 scared little kids. Like, and then he just drives away.
Yeah. So dumb.
Dude, Dominic, tell the one about the principal taking our skateboards.
Oh, yeah.
At Forest Lake?
No,
it was
we were
at,
at Bear River.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were skating at Bear River, just like filming, messing around, having fun. And all of a sudden, this principal comes out, and he's like, he has a huge thing of gum,
huge
and
wad of
like
gum in his
a
mouth.
pack of gum in his mouth.
And he's like, let me see your boards. And he just grabs them from us.
That's not fair.
And so we didn't know what to do. And he's like,
I'm going to call your parents.
and I said, well, you don't have to because my mom's right outside.
Because I don't think I could drive yet.
No, this is like sophomore year.
Yeah.
And so he brings us outside to mom and he says,
You guys shouldn't be skating here and blah, blah, blah. And
mom is saying, well, I just, I was taking him around
sweetheart.
skating. Okay, I'm sorry. But Dominic, didn't you say the crazy part about this is that you knew this guy?
Yeah, no, because before he went out to your mom, he brought us in the school and sat us down and
Took our information.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
sat us down in like the principal's office on a weekend. We didn't even go to the school. He thought we went to the school.
Oh, yeah, that's
and he
right.
like sat us in there, and I think he left for a little bit. I don't know if he was like watching us or like trying to like get our nerves up or something.
There's like double-sided glass, dude, that he's watching us
exactly.
through.
There's a little microphone. We're handcuffed to the chair. No. Anyways, we're in there. He comes in and he's like taking our names. I'm like, Dominic Federico. He's like,
Are your parents Tony and Lisa?
I was like, yeah.
Oh, my daughter is your sister's good friend.
And I was like, what? He's like,
All right, don't do it again. Don't come here again.
and walked out of
dude.
there.
Dude, you could have gone to jail.
Yeah, networking.
Okay, Dominic, tell me if you remember this. This is another skate story. Do you remember before youth group every Wednesday? That was really one of the highlights of high school. Was before youth group every
Yeah.
Wednesday, we would get out of school and then we would drive around and we would just go skate spots and we'd film. And then when it got to about 5:30 or so, we'd go buy fast food and then we'd go over to youth group.
Yeah.
It was just the best routine
Every
pattern.
week.
So good, dude.
It was awesome.
And I remember one time, I guess we had skated over to the Burger King.
Which was the worst Burger King ever.
It would take like 15 minutes to get one fry.
And it was usually wrong.
How do you mess up fries?
They would always mess
They
stuff
would mess
up.
it
It would
up
take
somehow.
forever. It was,
Hey, you want a hot dog?
But I remember Kevin was skating back to youth group and he filled up his large drink. Do you remember this?
yeah.
He filled
'Cause,
up
like,
the
I
large
think you can get
drink.
them for like $1.
Yeah. And so he goes, I'm going to drink this thing during youth group. So I'm going to make sure I fill it all the way up. We're skating across the crosswalk and he's going and he hits a rock and he just flies face first down onto the ground and just spills the entire cup.
Goes flying.
Yeah, it just sprays everywhere.
Liquid everywhere.
It's right in front of these cars at the stoplight and they're just like, just clapping, dude.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was pretty embarrassing for
Yeah,
Kevin.
it was embarrassing.
I love that
Did he
one.
go back and fill it up or no?
No, and I remember he
He
was
was-
talking about it. He was like, I should go back. And it was like, man, this is a lost cause.
Yeah.
Just give it up. I think the cup was cracked.
Yeah, probably. He biffed it hard.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Another time he biffed it hard, dude, was at Jamba Juice.
Who biffed it? Me?
No, Kevin, but I'm not talking skateboard biff. I'm talking at Jamba Juice. There were the two cute girls, and Kevin was kind of flirting it up with them, right? And then they got their drinks, and then they went over to Goodwill, and then Kevin got the bright idea, like, dude, there's their like Jeep Cherokee. What would happen if I snuck into their car? And
What?
How is that like cool? This will definitely, they'll be
Impressive.
impressed.
Yeah. Do you
Was
remember
it
this,
like
Dominic?
where they take the top off of Jeeps, where it's like
No.
open?
No, he had to open the back seat door, and he's like, "I'm gonna get in their car." And how funny would that be when they get back from Goodwill? I'll be in the back seat of their
Oh
car,
my
like,
God.
"Hey,
Not funny?
ladies."
It won't be funny.
No, that's kind of the whole brain not developed yet thing taking over.
Smooth
That's kind of
move.
a theme throughout these stories.
Right. And so he went over to do that, and he pulls on the door handle. The alarm just starts going.
Oh my gosh.
And I vividly remember Kevin like shaking his head and just like walking back into Jamba Juice at us, and everybody in Jamba Juice saw it. Like
Yeah.
the people behind the desk, they saw it and they were thinking, what is this kid doing? He just tried to break into these girls' car.
He's
Walk
committed.
of shame.
And then we got out of there after that
Yeah.
because
We
we,
didn't
weren't
wanna
trying to stick
associate
around
with him.
No. Let's talk about the time you humped Freddy, Owen.
Oh, I didn't hump him, dude.
I remember
Okay,
that.
well, the controversy says that you did.
Yeah, whole controversy. All right, so this is like the time where like Vine was like a thing, social media platform Vine.
Before TikTok.
Yeah, and like
The OG.
Luke and I would make like these dumb vines, like I don't know. So we're out there into junior year playing basketball, and like there was a thing where it was like dunk cam on Vine, like big popular thing people were doing. Like you'd dunk on like like a small person or whatever, like a shorter person.
And
So,
he wasn't even like that.
no,
that
no,
was
he's-
shorter.
He's probably the same like height. Luke's filming it off my phone.
I'm right behind Luke,
Yeah.
like laughing.
Yeah,
too.
everyone's laughing, everyone's having fun. And the kid, he was laughing too. So I'm backing him up.
Getting ready to dunk on him at the
and like
basketball
he's playing
courts.
defense on me.
Yeah,
and,
because you're like kind of box him out,
yeah,
right? And
boxing
he's like
him out. Well, he was boxing me
behind-
out. Yeah,
yeah.
So
Because
like,
you put some hip action into
Well,
it.
yeah,
You were
because
backing up.
he's
Yeah, I
like
was
dribbling
back-
and like
I was
backing
definitely,
and
I was
like
putting my
scooting
butt
him
like,
back. Yeah.
I was definitely putting my butt, going against him, like trying to get him out of the way, like forcefully. I don't want to make it sound like it wasn't
Forcefully
any
backing
It
it
wasn't
up.
any. It was just boys being boys,
And that's part of basketball, though.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a little
boys
bit of
being
butt
boys.
action.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
Catch a case every time you back someone up? I don't get it. No, so I'm just doing it, and like you can hear Luke laughing in it, and the kid, I don't recall because it got deleted, but I think he's saying like,
No, stop.
He's like,
Oh, no.
I feel bad.
have a family.
So we do it. I turn around, shoot it, like whatever. We all thought it was funny. Like everyone I thought was funny. So I end up posting it to Vine. And then principal comes up walking to me and she's like, "Did you post a video of like classified or something like that?" Shit.
Freddie,
what are you
Freddie,
at right now?
I can edit it out,
Okay.
bro.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna start the
No, just
principal.
start. Yeah, the principal.
Principal's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And so she's like, "Did you post a video of Freddy or whatever on like line?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, like I guess a bunch of kids like they're all on the bus going home and like everyone's laughing." Borderline, it is probably bullying, and now to this day I feel bad about
But
it.
back then,
We
it's-
didn't think that at the time. I mean,
No,
it
I
looked
thought
like he
everyone
was laughing.
Yeah,
and
I thought
having
everyone
fun
was
too,
having
but-
fun. So like, I just misread the situation. I guess he gets his feelings hurt, whatever. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll delete it. No problem. I didn't want anyone's feelings to get hurt. So it was gone forever. So yeah, it was the next day. I'm walking to the bus after school, and I see Freddie's sisters walking through the parking lot with a Placer County sheriff. And so I just bolted to the bus, dude, and they're all walking up to the principal's office. That's crazy, dude. Like, what's going on? So I'm going home. I get home, and the principal calls me and it's like, "You're suspended."
Game over.
I'm like, "What?" I start like crying, like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I'm gonna miss the rest of the year. Like, I missed the rest of
Yeah,
No
final
yearbook,
senior,
no yearbook signing.
No,
signing,
nothing,
all
dude.
that.
You couldn't go to the parties either.
No, I couldn't go to anything, dude, just because of that stupid little thing. Like, and like, meanwhile, that whole time, I thought I was gonna get like in trouble. Like, they were gonna have like a restraining order or something. Like, but the principal, and then there's like, who were the heads of the school?
The
They
board.
hated me, dude.
Yeah, you were a pretty
Troublemaker.
messed up
Yeah.
kid in high school,
Yeah.
dude, as we've been
Not
hearing.
Well, I wasn't
Not
really
in
that
high
bad.
school. It was more junior high.
And then my brother, like, he was kind of a rebel. Like, I sucked. I didn't get good grades. Hated school. I just liked school just because of my buddies, like just hanging out and sports and stuff. But like, my brother had already set me up for like somewhat of failure because like they're like, "Oh, you're
Swinney.
Yeah, you're Jeff Swinney's brother. So like, you're going down, dude. Like,
We're gonna get you.
and then I come back the next year, like the first day, and that kid's like,
Hey, how was your summer?
or whatever, said something snobby, dude. And I'm like, oh boy. But I pushed it aside. I was like, whatever, dude. But whatever.
Yeah, I remember that you were calling me. You were like sad.
Yeah, I was. Dude.
Remember
I was
your
like,
other
what are
friend
you guys
wasn't talking
doing?
to you either?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
No.
We've all moved
So
on.
you were just sobbing on the phone to Dominic.
No, I was just like, dude, this sucks. Like,
just,
I
lonely.
was weed eating because my parents were like, yeah, you're gonna pay us because tuition at Forest Lake was high, So like,
Yeah,
they're like,
for
you're
high
gonna pay us for this. So I'm like weed eating out there, like dying. Everyone's like, hoo, yeah, we're going to hang out, like blah blah blah. I didn't have my license or anything. It was sad.
That's rough, man.
I know, but it, it's all over. I could care less about that situation now.
Okay,
Even though
story
it
now.
follows me every year of my life after.
Okay, let's turn it up a notch, dude. Let's talk about you being gay.
I'm not gay. I'm married, happily married of almost 5 years.
To what's his name again? Steve?
Yeah, Steve. He's beautiful. So we, Luke and I, we're in PE class. We're in the changing room, changing from our PE stuff to our normal gear. And like Luke and I are like pantsing each other. And And nobody else is in the locker room at that point. So I'm up behind Luke, and the PE teacher walks in behind us. I'm behind Luke, and I'm like pulling on his shorts and like kind of hunched down. It looks like I'm humping Luke. And I look behind, and there's the PE teacher, and he's like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
and then like, I don't know, we got like pulled aside, and he's like,
I don't know what you guys do at each other's houses or whatnot, but like, you can't do that here.
he like thought we were like doing something weird, dude. I was like, what? I was like, no. I was pantsing him, and he's like,
Okay.
and like, it was so weird, dude.
Well, sounds really uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable.
That PE teacher
He
would
was
always do weird stuff, though.
Yeah, he was
would
a weirdo.
I remember he would talk to Kevin about wearing briefs instead of boxers.
Really?
He'd like, yeah, you like the briefs? They really like keep everything together, huh?
Secure.
And like Kevin was in his underwear and having a conversation with him about his underwear.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy
It
was
was just
kind of always
weird,
weird.
dude. I think we were like junior high. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It was
don't know.
just-
There was a bunch of weird, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed that locker room talk, and if you did, go ahead and leave a review. 5 stars is a power play. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Spencer Whiteout. As always, stay tuned, stay hyped. That's a wrap.
Inserting exclusive audio recording from the vault.
Kaylin, so what happened, bro? Let's hear this great story.
So last semester, we're sitting at a big round table. We had just finished eating dinner in the cab. And, we're talking, kind of finishing our drinks, about to go. And this guy walks up. And he sits down next to Spencer. And I'm thinking, okay, it must be a friend of Spencer's. The guy just starts eating. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, he must be a friend of Spencer's. But he doesn't say a word. Spencer doesn't say anything either. So I'm thinking, okay, they must know each other.
Okay, but Spencer, that's a little rude, right?
It is a little rude. And I'm like, okay,
why'd you say something?
I wasn't sure what to say. So this goes on for a minute. So I'm like, okay, well, Spencer's not going to introduce me. I should just introduce myself. So I say, hey, I'm Kaylin. I see Spencer's face drop. And then
Hey, I'm Spencer.
also introduces himself. And I'm like, oh no. And that's when we found out this guy didn't know either of us. And then we just awkwardly were like,
And then didn't he say, like, I got a lot of crap to do later or something?
no, it was literally like, yeah, man, I just got all this shit to do. I'm just like, what? Okay.
He just got up or we got up and left.
Yeah, we got up and left because, like, well, we gotta get going. I got a lot of work to do. I don't know about you, Spencer's like, yeah. So we just left him to eat by himself, but it was really awkward.
It was so awkward.
There you go.
And that's it.